Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or hello and welcome if you are new here. Today we are going to be talking about 5 things to do at Disney World that are outside of the parks. So some days it might be that you just need a break from going to the theme parks. Disney vacations can be very tiring. Sometimes you do just need a break. It might be that you are local to Disney World and you're there for maybe just a few days and you don't actually have park admission. So you're staying at one of the resorts but you're looking for things to do outside of the actual parks. So we're going to talk through 5 of those things today. So if you're interested to know what you can do at Disney World without a park ticket, keep watching. So the first thing on my list is going to come as no surprise to anyone who watches my Disney World vlogs. If you don't, I will put up a card and link some of them in the description. Don't forget to subscribe for upcoming Disney vlogs when I can get back to the Disney parks. But the first thing is mini golf. For those of you who have watched the vlogs, you will know I play a lot of mini golf at Disney World. And Disney World mini golf is great. They've got several different courses. They have Fantasia Gardens, which is over by Swan and Dolphin, and there are 2 different courses there. And they also have Winter Summerland, which again has 2 courses. One which is kind of winter snowy based, and another one which is like summer sand Christmas based, because you know, why wouldn't you have a golf course which is based on both beaches and Christmas? But all of the courses are really good fun, and it's just a great activity to do if you want to still do something. You're not necessarily looking for a very chilled, you know, rest day, but you actually want an activity to do, but you don't want to go into the theme parks. And I love all of the courses. My favourite one is actually Winter Summerland, and I think probably the kind of beachy one is my favourite. One thing to note with mini golf at Disney is to maybe plan to do it not right in the middle of the day. It is hot in Florida, as most of you will know, and the middle of the day can be absolutely brutal. So maybe doing that in the morning or the evening would be a better idea. But it's really good fun, whether there's just a couple of you, whether you're in a big group. It can get a bit competitive. It's really good fun, and definitely something I would highly recommend doing outside of the parks at Disney. The second thing on my list is a pretty obvious one, and that is Disney Springs. Disney Springs is definitely somewhere that's great to go if you either don't have park admission or you're wanting to have a day away from the parks. There's so much to do there. It's really popular with locals who want to come along there to try all the different restaurants. They have lots of bars, there's lots of shopping. There's so much to do at Disney Springs. You can easily spend a whole day there. Some of my favourite places to eat if you're looking for quick service are Blaze Pizza. Blaze Pizza is just amazing. Chicken Guy is another one, absolutely love that. They have so many great sit-down restaurants as well. They have the Edison is really good. Raglan Road is another of my favourites. They have great shopping there. They of course have World of Disney, which is such a huge Disney store. You could spend hours in there. So Disney Springs is a great place to go, and some of the bars are great there as well. So in between shopping, if you're just looking for a break, you don't necessarily want to eat anything, there is Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, which is really well themed. That's always good fun. There's also Dockside Margaritas. They often have live music there as well, so there's loads to see, and definitely one of my favourite places to go outside of the parks. And the third thing on my list is visiting the Disney resorts. This is something that doesn't necessarily spring to mind when you are having a rest day from the theme parks and deciding what you're going to do. But if you haven't been around and looked at all the different Disney resorts before, I would highly recommend doing it. Some of the lobbies at the Disney World resorts like Animal Kingdom Lodge, Wilderness Lodge, Grand Floridian, they have such impressive lobbies for you to have a look around, have a little break, have a sit down. You can get yourself a coffee maybe. Most of them have a quick service as well as sit down restaurants, and also somewhere just to kind of grab a coffee. You could have a walk around outside. There's lots of things to look at the resorts, both inside and outside. But doing a little tour around is a great way to spend some time out of the parks. You could maybe do the monorail resorts on one day. So you've got the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, Wilderness Lodge, the Contemporary, and visit all of those. You could also do the Skyliner route. So get on the Skyliner at one end and visit all the resorts that way. It's just a really relaxing thing to do if you've had a lot of really busy park days. If you're not the kind of person who just likes to lay by the pool or something, you're still actually doing something, seeing new things. There's some great photo opportunities at some of the value resorts, especially at the All Stars and over at Pop Century. So if you're looking to get some photos or something, that's a really good thing to do as well. It's actually always one of my favourite days on a Disney trip is my resort visiting day. I love doing that, and it's just a really chilled, relaxed day. And if there's any restaurants in any of the resorts that you've been really wanting to try, but it's not a resort that you're staying in, that can be a really great way of rounding out your day of resort visiting, is going to one of the restaurants in a resort that you've never stayed in before. The fourth thing on my list is watercraft rentals. So throughout the Disney resorts, lots of them do have boats that you can rent, all the way from tiny little two-man boats, the ones you see going around Bay Lake and Seven Seas Lagoon. You see the huge ferries going across from the Ticket and Transportation Centre to the Magic Kingdom, and then you quite often see people kind of buzzing around in these little boats. There are also bigger ones that you can take out, and you can actually get ones where you don't have to be the captain. If you don't fancy actually being in charge of this boat, you can rent ones where someone will take you out in the boat, and you can do that from lots of different resorts. The Contemporary springs to mind. You can also do that from Grand Floridian. If you go over into the Epcot resort area, I think that is something you can do over there as well, but it's just worth looking into it, whichever resort you're going to or planning on visiting. If you just Google it first, it will tell you whether they have watercraft rental available. And if you fancy having a trip out on a boat but you don't actually want to rent any watercraft, you could just take the boat perhaps over from Magic Kingdom to Wilderness Lodge or Fort Wilderness, or to one of the other Magic Kingdom area resorts. They also have boats that go from Hollywood Studios over to Beach Club and Boardwalk, so there's lots of different options. Even if you don't want to rent watercraft, you could just do a little kind of boat journey around Walt Disney World. They also have boats that go from Saratoga Springs over to Disney Springs, so loads of different options there. But if you're looking for something relaxing to do, I can highly recommend that. And the last thing I have on my list is the Boardwalk. The Epcot resort area has lots of different Disney resorts. You have Beach Club and Yacht Club, you have the Boardwalk, you have Swan and Dolphin there, and it's a really great area to go and visit if you're taking a break from the parks. Particularly on an Epcot day, you can just walk through the International Gateway right over to the Boardwalk, and there's lots of places to get a snack or a coffee or go and have a meal if you're looking to go for lunch or dinner or something. There's plenty of places, and just looking around those resorts is great as well. I love just walking along the Boardwalk, going into the Screen Door General Store. That's a really big shop that they have there on the Boardwalk, so you can have a good look around. I love then going across to the Swan and Dolphin as well. You can actually also walk to Hollywood Studios if you'd like to from that area. So there's lots of different things to do. Right there outside the Boardwalk Hotel, they also have Surrey bike rental, so those are always really good fun, and you could get one of those and take it all the way around the lake there. But it's just another great way to spend time outside of the parks, particularly if you've maybe done a half day in the parks or something, or you're just having a lazy morning, you don't want to go rushing off to the parks. Going to the Boardwalk is something I would definitely recommend doing. So there we have 5 things to do at Walt Disney World outside of the parks. Please do let me know in the comments if there are other things that you enjoy doing outside the parks. I know a lot of people like to get more suggestions for their Disney trip, so anything I haven't mentioned, please do feel free to put that in the comments. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you haven't seen my Disney vlogs, I do vlog all of my trips. I've got lots of playlists of all my previous trips, and I'm very much hoping to be able to go to Disney World as soon as possible to bring you new vlogs. So be sure to subscribe, and also for more videos like this, I've got lots of content coming your way to help you plan your Disney World trip. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.